My name is Nathan Devlin, and I have the privilege of serving as the student body president this year. Before I say anything else, I want you to know that the students surrounding you here today have been praying for you. We've prayed that the Lord would bring you here safely, and that He would guide your steps, and that you would discover the purpose that He has for your time here at Grove City. When preparing for this speech, I knew I wanted to say what I wish someone had said to me and my class 3 years ago. So here it is. 1, man's chief end is to glorify God and enjoy Him forever. 2nd, the purpose of Grove City College is to equip strong Christians who will become culture shapers and faithful members of Christ's kingdom. So, put those two together. Your goal over the next 4 years is to glorify God, serve Him faithfully, and enjoy the opportunities He has given you. It sounds simple, but the path is not always straightforward. The temptation will be to figure everything out immediately. You'll want to determine your major, find your friend group, choose your clubs, and build your resume, and somehow create a complete plan for the rest of your life before the end of your first semester. The danger is that we begin shaping ourselves around what we think will earn approval from others. We rush to become someone so that we can fit in, impress people, and meet expectations that may not even be real. And 4 years from now, many of us will realize that we had spent far too much time worrying about what other people thought of us. And that's where many students go wrong. They spend their college years trying to become the person that everyone expects them to be, rather than the person that God is calling them to become. Paul addresses this temptation in Galatians when he writes, "Am I now trying to win the approval of human beings or of God? Or am I trying to please people? If I were still trying to please people, I would not be a servant of Christ." So what's my point? One of the easiest ways to waste your college experience is trying to become the person everyone else wants you to be. You'll compare yourself to those around you. You'll wonder if you're involved enough, if you have enough friends, or if you're getting good enough grades, or heading towards the right career. But comparison is the thief of joy, and God has called you to a life of joy centered on faithfulness. Faithfulness looks like doing the best with what God has given you. Jesus illustrates this perfectly in the parable of talents. In the story, a master entrusts different amounts of money to his servants before leaving on a journey. When he returns, he asks whether they were faithful and what they had done with their time. The servants who invested what they received were commended, and the servant who buried his talent out of fear was rebuked. The lesson is simple. God is not calling you to do everything. He's calling you to be faithful with what He has placed in front of you. Your responsibility over the next 4 years is to maximize every opportunity, is not to maximize every opportunity, join every organization, or become the most impressive person on campus. Your responsibility is to faithfully invest the gifts, abilities, relationships, and opportunities God has entrusted to you. As you make decisions over the next 4 years, please consider this. Does this honor God? Does this help me grow? And am I pursuing this because I genuinely care about it, or because others expect me to? The last question is especially important because faithfulness requires us to choose obedience. One of the best examples of this comes from the life of Eric Liddell. Liddell was one of the fastest runners in the world and was expected to compete in the 1924 Olympics. But when he learned that his best event would take place on a Sunday, he refused to run. Not because it was easy, and certainly not because it was popular, but because he believed that honoring God, taking a Sabbath, mattered more than meeting the expectations of others. Instead, he competed in a different race that was not his specialty, and against expectations, he won the gold medal. In the film Chariots of Fire, Liddell says, "I believe God made me for a purpose, but He also made me fast. And when I run, I feel His pleasure." God has given each of you gifts, interests, passions, and opportunities. Part of faithful stewardship is discovering and cultivating those gifts. Enjoy learning. Enjoy your friendships. Enjoy late-night conversations and club meetings, intramurals, classes, and the countless experiences that make up life here at Grove City College. But above all, listen to the Lord more closely than you would listen to the crowd. Remember, we often overestimate what we can accomplish in a year and underestimate what God can accomplish in 4. Class of 2030, don't spend the next 4 years chasing approval. Instead, pursue Christ. Invest deeply in people. Use your gifts boldly, and be faithful in the small things. Don't worry about having everything figured out by the end of your first semester. 4 years from now, you will not be defined by how quickly you figured everything out. You will be shaped by what you faithfully pursue day after day. If you seek Christ first, steward well what He has given you, and live for His approval rather than the approval of others, you will be amazed by what God can do with a life that belongs to Him. Welcome to Grove City College, and may God bless your next 4 years.